British wildlife is something that the people in the UK don't tend to think about. The Amazon rainforest is disappearing, and orangutans are losing their home in Borneo's jungle to palm oil farming. But Britain used to be completely covered by forests, and now only 10% of our already tiny country is forest and woodland. And that's getting smaller and smaller with constant housing developments. I've lived in my house for 23 years, and I've seen 6 new areas of housing developments pop up within just the 2-mile radius of my house, and at least 6 more in the Northampton town area alone. Now, there's even more houses taking over 2 fields near the back of my house. These fields are great walks, and you always see loads of birds flying through the trees and mice running in the grass. But now they've started building, you can't walk the same routes you used to because they're now massive holes dug out ready for foundations, and the birds are nowhere to be seen. Every time a new housing development pops up, we lose fields and hedgerows, and in some cases, whole woodlands. But even the fields and hedgerows are vital. Hedgehogs, which are now one of Britain's most endangered species, often make their home in hedges, as well as endangered dormice. And this has a knock-on effect for predators like birds of prey who rely on the fields for hunting. Statistics say that Britain's wildlife populations have dropped by 60% since 1970. That's more than half in only 50 years. And in the past, we've even gone as far as to cull native species until they become extinct, like wolves and beavers. But now, years after farmers have killed off all the beavers for flooding their farmland, they've found that without their dams to control the river flows, flooding after heavy rain is much worse for everyone in the area. So they've started to reintroduce them. I've heard people say that British wildlife is boring and the animals aren't as interesting here as they are in other countries, but that's just not true, and it's definitely not a reason to turn a blind eye to the problem. We have some amazing species in England, particularly bird life. The turtle dove, a really colourful and amazing little bird, is becoming a rare sight because they've lost habitats to housing developments. And if the dormouse becomes extinct, like they've predicted, then we're going to start losing our owl and bird of prey species too. The problem with housing developments popping up all over the place isn't something that the everyday Brit has any control over. But if we can spread awareness and make people realise that Brazil and Borneo aren't the only places that are losing their animals, then maybe they'd be encouraged to be a bit more environmentally conscious and make an effort to help the charities that are supporting our wildlife.